to this morning was at 5:45. It's where you kind of were more aware in case you got attacked or whatever at that time of the morning, as the light comes in. Best time to attack. I suspect those people in Ukraine are doing that at the moment. Bless them. I've noticed the price of fuel's gone up. Oh, I mean, the cheapest I've seen it is £1.61. I bought some the other day for £1.66. I've seen it as much as £1.80. Ooh. I wonder what effect that's having on the continuous cruiser market. You know, those people who move about, who need to move about on the canals. I'm going to be doing that, of course. So fuel is known as a Giffin good. Giffin was a bloke who's an economist who understood that there's certain consumables that you need to buy regardless of the price. But there's no substitutes. So you need fuel, and regardless of the price, we have to pay it, unfortunately. I think we've only just seen the start of all the economic ramifications of what's going on over in Russia and Ukraine. Anyway, here's Dom. In the toilet, in the shower room, there's few more home improvements or few more improvements has been going on. Ben's been working on the plumbing for the sink, for the sink. All the piping, that's been covered up. It's been covered up underneath the office next door and halfway through the living room, the saloon and the dinette. It's all slow progress, although there has been some big progress in the kitchen and the dinette. Oh, nearly lost my glasses. So kitchen, what's happening? Well, this is going to be the sink, and next to the sink is the draining board, which is then angled through, so you kind of got that through bit. What's going on here? Well, the hob's going on here, and on that far one you got some of those special opening cupboard things to maximise the use of the cupboards. And next to the cupboard is going to be the freezer, the fridge. And in here, this little spot here, these units have been bought in as kitchen units. But this unit here, well, this is going to be made by Marcus, and essentially on the top will be microwave, although there's not going to be a microwave in there just yet. But the plugs are here in this cupboard, ready for the microwave if I need one. Below the microwave is going to be the cooker, and then below that is the freezer. And on the floor is a little bit of an opening up doory thing for fruit and veg, and that saves room for the fridge. So you know, I kind of need to maximize the use of space that I've got. The fridge isn't like a normal house fridge. I've seen some people put house fridges and freezers, you know, that top bottom normal house fridge freezer. And I think one of those things is, once you've got all your cupboards in, all very well getting it in the beginning, but once you've got your cupboards in, how'd you get the damn thing out? Anyway, I don't want that fuss, so I've got little fridges, a little freezer, which I think is plenty big enough, and it might mean that I have to shop a bit more often, but that's the way it goes. So at some stage or other this cabinet will be built, and don't forget also that the front edges and the doors, all that Prussian blue, yeah, that's the expansion tank. I don't really know, I mean there's an awful lot of gubbins in here and I don't really know too much about it, other than that plastic container there is the water container for the Bespoke heater, which is inside the engine room, and all the other bits and bobs here. I kind of need another lesson from Mark, because it's all to do with the size of the pump and the pump pressure and all that sort of gubbins. So I'm going to call it a dinette, because it's kind of like a dining room dinette. Yeah, dinette is what I'm going to call it. So I'm sat on the dinette. Now I've got lots of natural light coming in, because those openy door side hatchy things are open, and is yet to come to the full height. So there's another 4 inches that's got to happen. So essentially this box here, which is full of screws, if I'm sat on that, that's the height of the dinette. So I need to move that a little bit now. Now I'm sat here, I've got my feet on the floor, looking out the window, and I can see Range Rover, Corsa, some chimneys. But on the day it will be green plush fields, a tree, a duck quacking, a swan swanning. What do swans do? You get the picture. Bar lambs, bar lambing, moos, all of that stuff, fantastic. The bit table. Now I had a little bit of a chat with Mark earlier on, because I looked at the plan, and I was looking at the 3 hob, and I said, oh, can we not shift it a little bit over to the right so I've got more working space? I lost the battle. I often lose the battles, actually. I often come up with great ideas. Why can't we do this and can't we do that? No, because he said, I'm happy to talk about it, I'm happy to discuss it. But it's like that conversation with Brian Clough. I'm not saying Mark is anything like Brian Clough, but Brian Clough famously said one day, we can discuss what you say, we can discuss what I say, and then we discuss how I was right. It kind of goes like that a lot of the time, simply because there's a lot of thought that goes into a narrowboat. There's a lot of thought that's gone into the design. But sometimes it's that experience that makes all the difference. I've got 50 foot of indoor space. Well, actually, I found out today, it's 49.5 foot. Oh, why is that? Where the steel is, they pack that out and batten it out to make sure it's straight. It takes 3 inches. So if you meticulously designed your interior of the boat, you might find you're 3 inches short each side or 6 inches short overall. 6 inches doesn't make a lot of difference, but it does when you're trying to fit everything in and everything's custom made or built to that exact design. And you know, on the kitchen furniture, on the side panels, on the sides of the kitchen furniture, I've got 18mm boarding going on that, which is in that Prussian blue colour. If you didn't allow for that 18mm on all of those cabinet sides, you'll be a little bit out all the way further down. It may not make a difference, but in the way that Mark designs the boats, it does make a difference. For example, under the office, I've noticed that the radiator is there, and equidistant to the radiator are the 2 plugs. Equidistant to the 2 plugs are the sides of the office, you know, that hold the table up. And that's all from a drawing, and that's at the very start of the boat, so you're not moving anything. As long as the lads do everything by design, yes, there's a little bit of give and take here and there, there's a little bit of lateral leeway thinking, but generally speaking, because the design is right from the very beginning, it kind of all works. It's a good job I didn't build the boat, because I am a bit of a cuffer. Bit of a Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen, big cuffs hanging down. But it's coming up, it's coming on. It's looking great. Oh, hello. Someone's made me a cup of tea. Thanks, Mark. Lovely job. And it's full of body and colour. Bobby Dazzler. Full of body and colour. Fantastic. I better go over there and... better go across there and have me a cup of tea.
Ourselves didn't have much, but nevertheless we were true to each other. But now we don't even bother. I remember you being hopeful, but the tall waves have worn us down.
It's a Friday afternoon tidy up. Always the same in the military as well, to be fair. Marcus is doing his bit.
Turn around 180 degrees and cross the sea.
It's been quiet all day. And the minute I want to do the minute I want to do any talking, the minute I wanted to do any talk, now.
Done, mate, all done.
Oh, great. There has been a lot more work that's been going on the boat this week than I expected. So some of the kitchen cupboards have been done. There's one to be made, of course, but the dinette base is in. The undergunnel things, what are they called? Undergunnel trim, they're in. And Mark's made me a great cup of tea simply because there's a new list up there that I've not made any tea today. Ben's been in the bathroom putting some piping and all that sort of stuff in there. I'm well happy. Now I had a little discussion with Mark that I lost, but you know, it's all about design, and to be fair, he's done his homework. I've just, as I do with stuff, bit of a cuff here and there, but Mark's done his homework, and he proved me that his homework was better than my thinking, which is, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, until next week, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking, and I'll see you next week.